Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today we're going to be discussing Tottenham Hotspur after their loss last night, unfortunately for them, to Crystal Palace. They have quite a few games left, obviously 27 I believe points to play for, and that begs the question, what do they need to do from the remaining Premier League fixtures to stay up? There are certainly reasons that Tottenham are in this position. In today's video we're going to be going through their remaining fixtures and predicting the results to see how many points they're going to be and discuss if that is enough for them to stay up. In my opinion, they need 35 points to stay in the Premier League and they're currently on 29. So ideally they need 2 wins from the remaining 7 games to stay up. So we're going to be looking at the difficulty of the fixtures, what to expect in the running, and see if they can possibly escape the drop. If you do enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe for more from me and for the channel. And I wanted to just quickly discuss the areas that put Spurs in this position. I think firstly, we all know that Tudor is not the right man for the job at this point. He's playing Conor Gallagher at right wing in a 4-4-2 like he did yesterday, and he just doesn't really know the right way to be. He also then changed to a back three and put, was it Mateus Tell on the right wing, or Kolo Muani at right wing back, sorry. Once the red card occurred, just not good enough. I think if they kept Thomas Frank for the season, they would have been better off. Another thing just to quickly note is their squad, in my opinion, is quite overrated. I think they've maybe got one good Premier League player in Mickey van der Ven. I think as much as he won a World Cup, Romero is a liability at the back. I think that the squad's very imbalanced. They've suffered injuries. Kulusevski also is Premier League standard by a long way, but he's obviously been injured for the whole season. So they're in a dire position. Can they escape? Right, so as you can see here, we have the list here out of 27 points that Tottenham may have. And this is the table in the current format. We've got 29 points for Tottenham. Better goal difference than everyone else, which could be an extra point in the relegation scrap. The real contenders for going down are Leeds, Tottenham, Forest and West Ham. So we need to go through these predictions and see what is what for Tottenham Hotspur. We will ignore the Atletico Madrid game because, to be honest, just lose to Atletico Madrid. Prioritise your status in the Premier League. I don't think the Champions League matters too much at this stage. So, Liverpool away, you're going to say that's an automatic loss. In all likelihood, Liverpool are no mugs. Yes, they've had issues this season. They lost to Wolves last time out, but, you know, Anfield, always a tough place to go. Liverpool should be winning that game quite comfortably. I actually predict them to get a draw against Forest. Forest is always a tough game. I think 2 relegation threatened teams. They will sort of cancel themselves out. If Spurs do lose to Forest, I genuinely think they probably will go down. But I think it'll be a draw in that instance. I think they will lose to Sunderland. Sunderland have flown high this season. They are unfortunately dropped off when Xhaka got injured, but Xhaka's back now. So it's a very tough game, Sunderland away. And they'll be looking for a scalp, especially in the first season in the Premier League. And Spurs, no matter where they are in the league, definitely what you'd call a scalp. Brighton at home, another team that could have gone down at one point, but they're sort of above the drop. I actually think another draw would be in order for Spurs here. If they can get their act together. Brighton are not the greatest team in general. So I do think that Spurs could get a draw there. Wolves away, I mean, any respectable team. I know Wolves will be looking to put some respect on their own name. They've obviously amassed 16 points to try and beat Burnley to come out of bottom place in the Premier League. But you should be beating Wolves away. Villa away, as much as they've had issues of late and are free falling down the Premier League table, they probably won't get Europe. You've got to expect, for the quality of the manager in charge in Unai Emery, that Spurs will be losing that game, especially if it gives Villa a chance to fight for Europe again at that stage of the season. Leeds at home, it's going to be tough. I think Leeds probably have enough with how coherent they are as a team. I'm actually going to predict a loss here. I think DCL, if he's still fit, and the Leeds boys can really put sort of Spurs to the sword there. I think they will lose versus Chelsea away, just because Chelsea are a better team. And then I think it would come down to the final game of the season. And I think against Everton at home, Everton come clear of the drop, probably won't be challenging for the top European spot at that stage. I actually think Spurs will win that game. So, all in all, I'm predicting 6, 7, 8 points from 27 for Spurs in the running, and 8 points would be enough to have them in 37 points. So, that theoretically would mean, I think, that they will stay up with 37 points. And therefore, in my opinion, from my calculations, to the end of the season, I believe that Spurs will be safe and won't go down. But there are easily arguments you can make that changes here. So Wolves, for example, you think should win. But Everton at home, if Everton are going for Europe, that's an automatically tougher game. Forest, if they get a win there, then you've lost 4 points, and then you really truly are in the midst of a relegation battle. I think one positive for Spurs is that West Ham have much harder fixtures, and that could be in good stead for Spurs. So I don't think Spurs will go down. I really don't. I think they are probably the worst team in the Premier League over the last month and a half. I know form dictates that, but also just the eye test. I think they probably should sack Tudor yesterday. I mean, the squad's overrated. They don't have that fight. They don't have the buy-in right now. The fans don't know what's hit them because they're not used to relegation scraps. But you've got to look at the positives, and I think they do have enough to get over the line. All it takes is them to sack the manager, bring in Ryan Mason, bring in someone else, bring in someone who just plays to the player's strengths, and you should keep them up. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you disagree with any of my predictions, do let me know. Please be sure to like and subscribe, as I said at the start of the video. And without further ado, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.